Am I too young to be a senior developer? Let's talk about it. What's up, guys? Welcome back to the YouTube channel. Just want to say thank you all for the love and support y'all been showing us. We have a goal of getting to 1,000 subscribers by May of 2022. So if you can hit that like button, subscribe, comment, and remember we have the Amazon gift card, $25, and all you have to do is one of the things, especially comment, and you automatically enter, and I'll be giving that out in the next 2 weeks. So please, if you can do those things, really appreciate it. Now, let's dive into some content. Am I too young to be a senior developer, even if I earned it? Am I an imposter? Look, when I started in the tech industry, I thought senior developer meant you were old as... You guys get it, because I was immature like any other kid, right? I thought tech was two things, right? I thought it was a whole bunch of people who've been coding their whole lives, and the only way you got senior is if you've been working 10, 15, 20, 30 plus years. Now me, I got promoted to senior developer at 28. And I'll be honest with you, though I've been coding since I was 15, I didn't have a complete mastery over any programming language. And at this time, I was working at this current organization. I think I was going in my second year. And, I worked on multiple projects, worked on different tech stacks, kind of showed that I was willing to pick up anything and just problem solve, taking initiative, playing a key role in major software decisions. But the question constantly came up, am I too young for this title? Do I deserve this title? Imposter syndrome is a mother. I feel like when it takes over, and you really start asking a question like the title of senior really makes you question whether you're truly a fit for the role, despite hitting every expectation set by the company, set by yourself, your colleagues, your peers, your friends, your family. They all are saying you deserve it, you're good. And even adding senior developer on your LinkedIn, part of you might have just felt like it was wrong, like you didn't earn it. Well, let me tell you right now, you definitely did earn it. If you did get the title, throw that mindset out the gate, out the door right now. Imposter syndrome stems from the definition of senior varying across the industry. Every place, senior means different things. There are different requirements for senior. Some people get senior out of luck. Some people get it because of the skill set. Some are on a project that has visibility. So many factors come into play. And what people don't want to admit is there's no standard definition of what senior engineer really means. Which I'm already diving into point number one, like I said. Senior is different across different companies. There is a response to Stack Exchange. Nearly 500 upvotes define senior as handling software development cycle, leading others, self-managing your project, while others claim mastery of programming, spending at least 10,000 hours practicing your craft. And I'll tell you, my company's hierarchy of developer was junior, mid, senior, lead, and I think after that's like principal and distinguished. However, I worked at other places where it was like E1, E2, E3, E4, which is senior, E5, which is like senior 2, E6, which is like super senior. There's so many different titles. Every company is different, because I promise you, being a senior engineer at Facebook is much different than maybe being a senior engineer at a startup, because every place evaluates it slightly differently, which leads into my next point. Years of experience don't actually matter. Contrary to what you'll see on 95% of the job postings online, a senior developer is not strictly correlated to the number of years on their resume. And this is from Free Code Camp, so you can believe it. The rate at which you move between software and engineering level really depends on a company's requirements and their expectations. You might be required to work for a certain number of years at a company, but that's not usually the case. At my company, people really would push for promotions once they met all the requirements. However, there's many definitions online of what a senior developer requirements are. Some would say it's 5+ years of experience and proficiency in one language, if not more. However, I've learned there's so much more than being a senior developer than what the internet will have you believe. All right, hold on, because this one might shake you a little bit. Programming skills aren't everything. I know, you're shocked. I used to think senior developer needed to show pure programming mastery. However, there's so much more to the role than just being a phenomenal Java, Python, JavaScript, Go developer. Companies often think you're ready for senior level with the addition of several soft skills. Keyword soft. Hard skills are the languages, the technical skills. But these soft skills such as communication, mentorship, curiosity, purpose, these are usually the most important, and that you really get evaluated off these four. Let's start off with communication. You know how to explain things, highly technical concepts. I mean, architecture diagrams, system designs, and you're able to communicate this to non-technical folks. You can work seamlessly across cross-functional teams, help others understand technical challenges. Your communication skills allow you to navigate conversations and meetings both with developers, scrum masters, product owners, stakeholders, executive leadership. Communication, of course, is essential as you want to become a senior engineer. Number 2, mentorship. You know, when you're pairing with a junior developer, do you just solve the problem? Do you just say, give me the computer and let me do it? Or do you bring them along for the journey? While you're leveling up your career, you can also help level up them and do the same. Number 3, curiosity. You're questioning all the time. You're questioning certain decisions. You're questioning why we didn't look for better solutions. You're looking for better solutions. You're asking if there is a better solution. You're just constantly asking questions in an effort to either improve yourself, your team, or your product. Which leads into number 4, which is highly overlooked in my opinion. Purpose. You think about why you're building a product. You can tie everything back to the business needs and the users, the use case, in which far too often, I'm going to tell you this right now, if you're a software developer, if you're an IT professional, people are going to get so caught up with what they do on a day-to-day basis and forget about the purpose of technology, which we use technology to help solve problems. And if you don't know what problem you're solving, what are you really doing? I can't tell you how many times you're going to run into engineers who are like, hey, I made it better, I made it faster. And you should just ask the question, oh, did the customer ask for that? How do they know if it's faster if they never used the first iteration of it? How do we know they wanted that? Remember, who are you solving it for? Who are you building it for? Remember, the purpose is really the main driver of what you're doing on a day-to-day basis. So understanding that really distinguishes you from a lot of junior and mid-level who might just be focused on my particular task, my Jira ticket, my story, whatever the case is. And one thing I want you guys to take away from this episode is comparison to others will only harm you. My boy, Theodore Roosevelt, even said it himself. Comparison is the thief of joy. I often catch myself in the comparison game, comparing myself to my peers, my colleagues, people older than me, people younger than me. Where am I in the totem pole? Where am I in the scale of my friends, the industry? And just remember, your years of experience don't qualify you. They also don't disqualify you. Comparison will only hold you back. Far too often you'll have engineers, junior, mid-level usually, asking, hey, I started at the same time this person did. They're a senior, I'm just a junior, I'm just a mid-level. What the heck? And what I'll tell you is, this is something that's usually evaluated by your peers. If your peers can't universally just say, yes, that person is ready, then you're probably not ready. And there's a lot of factors that go into people having that perception. But if you can go back to the 4 points we just mentioned, if you're working on those things, and really what I like to ask junior engineers, are you going to people and asking questions, or are people coming to you and asking questions? If people are coming to you, then you are starting to realize that you are becoming an impactful developer, a knowledge resource, somebody who is reliable, aka a go-to person. And there's countless ways to track your improvement in your career, but really what I want to say is focus on yourself, not comparing yourself to others. So to wrap up this episode, the question is being a 20-something too young to be a senior developer? I don't think so. Age doesn't really matter as much as people think. Shout out to my boy Chase, but when me and Chase worked together, I remember, I think Chase is 2-3 years younger than me, and he was a senior and I was a mid-level, and I just remember I was literally pair programming and he was mentoring me in an area that I struggled in. But there was also things that I'm sure I could do that he could learn from as well. And as long as you're willing to work with people, I really don't think age matters too much. As long as you're meeting your own expectations and your company expectations, and they gave you the role of senior engineer, then I would say take that imposter syndrome, because you are a senior developer. You have proven to whoever it is that you need to prove it to that you can do whatever it is that they're asking you to do. So take that with a grain of salt, but understand if you have the title, you've earned it. And if you don't have the title,